Because, like, listen, if I'm gonna watch some females that are very masculine play a sport, right, I might as well watch the NBA. At least they can do 360 windmill dunks over on yam on somebody's neck. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to another episode of E-Rants. I am your host, Felix Longdrops. Man, check this out, man. This is your first time on E-Rants. I just want to let you know I'm just a random guy who likes to talk about random stuff that interests me, and I just feel like I need to inform you guys about it. And if that sounds sexy or attractive to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as with the post notification. That way you'll always be one of the first people to hear the voice of Long Trousers. At the same time, leave a like because I'm so insecure, and those likes definitely let me know that I'm doing a stand-up job. At the same time, you gotta buy the merch. Mofo, men offering females orgasms. Clippers so humble. Link in the description box below. But let's not waste no more time. Let's get into the first story. We gotta talk about this guy, Lil Nas X, man. You guys know Lil Nas X coming out pretty much with that music video, Monterio, based off his name and everything, right? And I think everybody was really shocked because to see how much demonic stuff was put through there. I know people were shocked about that, but I was more shocked at the fact that this guy showed his bulge while sliding down a stripper pole from heaven to hell. That would be one of the things I wish I could not see. I wish I could erase that from my memory, but it keeps popping up at me for some strange reason, like a weird gazelle out in the desert. That doesn't make sense. Why would a gazelle be in the desert? The reason why I'm talking about him, right, is because the new shoes that he came out with, right? Well, him and this other group called MCHBF or something like that. I'm pretty sure I got the whole thing wrong, but that group, son. I'll put the article in the description box below, so you can definitely find out what their name is, right? But they came out with the 666 shoes. You feel me? The devil shoes specifically for the music video for Lil Nas X. He came out with 600. They came out what? 666 shoes, obviously for the mark of the beast. 666 with blood in the insoles, son. Like just seeing the blood with a drop of blood. I think most of it was, red food coloring or whatever, with a drop of human blood that came from the people who helped make the shoe, and I think a little bit of it came from Lil Nas X, which is completely wild. I don't know who asked for this, right? So they call these, what do they call these? The Satan steppers, you know what I'm saying? The Christ begons. You feel me? No one calls them that. I just felt like those were pretty catchy names, little sidekick names that you can put in there and just be like, yeah, might be catchy. Hopefully, I don't get struck down to hell for making those names and such. But yeah, man, those shoes are definitely one of those shoes you put to the side and a demon comes and licks your toes and something like that. Which, thinking about that demon licking your toes, what's going on with me today, man? For those who don't know, man, the shoe got sold pretty fast. I think they sold out within minutes, right? So there's a lot of people out here who just want the demon stepper shoes, right? I don't know if they're trying to stomp the yard in these joints or pop up the church. Can you imagine some savage dude popping up the church with those demon stompers on? Son? No, they can't be called demon stompers. They would be called angel stompers, man, at that point, right? Because they're demonic shoes. If they're demon stompers, why would you stomp demons with a demonic shoe? That doesn't make sense. But I think Nike decided they've had enough, right? Because Nike wasn't the creators of the shoe, the group was, right? And they said, they sent a cease and desist letter, right? Pretty much the judge awarded it, and Nike was given the right to say, like, listen, y'all can't sell these shoes anymore. You're making us look bad. We're looking like people who worship the devil, or at least support the worshiping of the devil and such, right? So now all these people are probably going to get refunds. And the crazy thing about it, these shoes sold out within minutes, like I said before, but the price is outlandish. $1,018. I don't know why they came up with that number, and I'm surprised that people had the money to spend for that. I won't be surprised if there's people who save their stimulus check hoping that something stupid will come out. I'm like, what is a stupid thing I can buy? Oh my God, shoes with a drop of blood in them, right? Don't get me wrong. Maybe it might have been resellers too, because I'm pretty sure the resale value would be absolutely crazy, right? But if I made a shoe, right, I'd call mines the Hobegons, right? They're going to be Hobegons, and I'm going to sell them for $1,017. You're probably wondering, why $1,017? Right? Because instead of saying 1017, you can say 1017. 1017. Brick Squad. Gucci Man. I'm so icy. You get it? So it'd be like, I'm an icy guy, and I be stomping hoes to be gone, right? I'd be like, ho, be gone with my my 1017 shoes that I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, man. We gotta talk about the producer Southside, man. You guys know Southside, man, with 808 Mafia and them, man. Pretty good beat maker, pretty good producer. We can't say anything bad about this guy, right? Except for the fact that he has a lot of face tattoos, which is freaking wild. But it looks like him and his dad is having a falling out, right? Dad came on Instagram, just started bashing his son, right? Which is crazy to think about, right? Apparently also their dad is a rapper, which is shocking, because I think Southside is about 30 years old, and if his dad is a rapper, right? I'm not even gonna say up and coming rapper, or trying to be rapper. I don't want to say wanna be. I'm gonna say trying to be rapper, right? At a very old age, right? He got to be at least 40 something, probably pushing 50. I think he even came out, he's like 51 years old, right? So at this point, I think it's time to give up. Him and YBN Namir should go join together and work at a Waffle House, start serving people, right? Telling them how they used to want to be rappers, but they made bad decisions in life. That's how I think. That makes the most sense to me. But he pretty much came out and said, like, listen, man, you're a pussy boy, right? He called his son a pussy boy, saying, like, you are nothing. You're not gangster. You're trying to portray yourself as a gangster. Putting face tats and stuff and having guns, toting up guns don't make you a gangster, right? So when I heard that, I was like, then what makes you a gangster? Because I'll be honest with you, right? I know I hear a lot of people say just because you got face tats don't mean you about that action, right? But I see a lot of guys with face tats that also have guns, right? And I know people saying that doesn't mean you're a gangster. You're probably never going to use it. But I'm not one of those guys that want to give that a chance, right? I'm not trying to see if this guy wants to do that, because people have to understand this, right? He might not be a gangster, right? But if there's females around, that's when gangster stuff starts happening. Let me explain. If you're around just you and your boys, right? And like, man, you a pussy, blah, 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 you a punk, you ain't about that. And he knows he's a punk, so he's not going to do anything, right? He knows he's not about that life. He's not about that action. But now we have the same scenario, but now we have hoes included in that scenario. That changes everything, right? Because now the hoes start giggling. They start looking at him like, oh my God, I can't believe he's getting insulted, getting fried, right? Everybody's joking, poking fun. Now his pride is taken, because now he sees the girl's vagina fluids drying up for him, right? And they're also getting moist for the person insulting him, right? So at that point, he's like, oh my God, what do I do? I have to shoot him. I have to shoot him or I have to fight him. So now, knowing that he's a pussy boy, knowing that he cannot fight, he's not gonna go for the hands, because now he's gonna get his ass whooped. And now the freaking vaginas of those hoes are completely dry as concrete at that point, right? Freshly paved concrete that has dried in the morning sun at that point, right? But now he can pull out his gun, shoot them, right? Possibly kill, He can either go for attempted murder or full-fledged murder. And now, since these hoes are most likely hood hoes, now they're glistening. Their nether regions are glossed over like a waterfall. And now he's getting pooned until he gets locked up eventually, because somebody in the group is eventually gonna snitch. You know how it goes. Somebody, most likely the females. It'd be one of those situations that, because like I told you, girls snitch all the time, right? But before they snitch, they'll probably give him some poon. So at the end of the day, it's worth it. His dad also said, like, man, you all keeps trying to send people to kill me and stuff, right? And man, that's kind of wild. So Southside, he went on Instagram Live and pretty much, I think Southside's dad also said something about, like, you and your uncle out here trying to get at me and all that stuff. Y'all gonna get what's coming to you, basically, right? I don't know if that was a threat. I don't know what's going on, but Southside got up and he was like, bro, I can't believe all this stuff that's happening. My dad is out here talking bad about me, right? This guy's never been around, right? And then his uncle joined the live and said, like, yeah, man, this guy's never been around. Like, this guy talking about, like, he taught you how to do raps, make beats and all that stuff since you were 2 years old. He said, I was the one helping you make beats and all that stuff, right? I was the one with you. You started making beats at 12 years old, right? So when this is happening, I don't know who to believe, right? Should I believe Southside, the guy who's been insulted by his own father? Or should I believe his father, who is the trying to be rapper at about 51 years old? right? Granted, the uncle also sees Southside is making a lot of money, so maybe he has him on his payroll. You guys remember that Surviving R. Kelly, right? R. Kelly's brother was pretty much on the show, but he wasn't saying much stuff bad about his brother. Granted, you could say, oh, is it because it's his brother? No, it might also be for the fact that he is on R. Kelly's payroll, and he knows if R. Kelly goes down, the money stops coming. And we all know we don't want the money to stop coming, because once the money stops coming, the hoes stop coming. And once you don't have hoes, you start what we have, hoe withdrawal. What happens when you go through hoe withdrawal? That's when you start acting outlandish, start sending toxic texts. You send a text to a girl, she doesn't reply. You send another text, she doesn't reply. Then now you start insulting her. You start saying that she's a bad person. Start saying that nobody likes her. Damn, my daughter just came and kind of stopped me from continuing and stuff. She was calling me and stuff, but what was I saying? Yes. So I mean, it gets to that point now that you have whole withdrawal. You're sending all these toxic texts and stuff. You don't know what to do, right? You start insulting girls. You start going out to going out to clubs and stuff, start trying to approach girls. Girls are turning you down because they can smell the low amount of money that you have within you and stuff, right? It's just something that exudes off like bad perfume. And now you don't know what to do. No man deserves to go through that, right? So I think that's what maybe the uncle is looking at it like that. But I don't know who to believe, man. These guys have tats on their face. Can you trust people with tats on their face at the same time? But hey, listen. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Man, whole withdrawal's a real thing. We gotta talk about Willow Smith and Jada Pickett-Smith, man. They were recently on Red Table Talk, which is their show anyways, right? Talking about how they used to find, or they do be finding, some certain females attractive, right? Hey, listen, at this point, I think a lot of people know that girls find a lot of other women attractive, right? Girls are more likely to be somewhat bisexual than men, right? When they say they like men, like other men, right, and women, right, automatically every man in the room is saying, no, you don't like men and women, you just like men. You're gay, all right? As simple as that. You're gay. You men can't be bisexual. You're just a gay man. It's okay if you're gay. It's no problem if you're gay. Just be gay and don't try to fake and say that you also want poon at the same time, right? No one's falling for it. But when a girl says she's a bisexual, it's somewhat believable, right? But usually though, when a girl is a bisexual, they usually come back to the penis majority of the time, right? Usually when they're with the lesbian phase, it's only temporary, right? Not all of them. I would say 95% of the time it's like that, right? But usually they have to go back to the good old-fashioned flesh peen, right? The rubber dildos and stuff are not what it used to be. Back in the 80s, I heard those dildos were made with prime special cow skin and stuff, and they're able to do what it needs to be done, almost imitating the man's penis. But now they're lowering down on quality, kind of like Nike shoes back in the 90s used to be very, very good, but now it seems like they don't care as much. The weird thing about it is people are still buying the sneakers. But Willow was on there pretty much saying, like, I've had my fair share of swooning, right? I don't know what the hell swooning means. Maybe I should have looked it up, but I don't really care enough, right? She's saying that she's seen a lot of girls like, oh my gosh, that girl's really, really pretty. She's really, really talented, right? Because like I said before, women care about more than just looks most of the time. They look at everything that comes with a financial status in general and everything, as opposed to, man, we just care the booty's fat. The booty's fat and her face looks decent enough. This is definitely a hittable joint. This is definitely something I want to take home to the missus, right? And the reason I say to the missus, because I'm also looking out, even though I'm Christian, I'm also looking out for the guys who are Muslim and decide to have multiple wives. I respect you guys too, right? That's one good thing about the religion right there. That's a beautiful thing about the religion, that you're able to have multiple wives. But Western culture seems to frown on that, which I don't understand why. I feel like it's a great thing, right? But I digress, right? So Willow Smith, right, saying that her mom jumped in and said the same thing that she's been infatuated with, I think, about 2 girls her own self, right? Didn't release any names or anything like that. But Willow Smith, though, going back to her, the reason why I think she's infatuated with girls is because she looks very much like Will Smith himself, right? When I see Willow Smith looks exactly like Will, right? And not just any Will. I'm talking about Bad Boys 2 Will. Like when I see her, I just see Bad Boys 2, gun in a holster. Where's Martin Lawrence at? We're gonna find these criminals. We're gonna take them down. So that's what I see when I see her, right? So maybe she's already in her mind thinking that, man, everybody who sees me only sees Will Smith. So I might as well be the man that I am, right? Jaden Smith is doing what he can to be the best woman that he can. So now they're switching genders. They're doing what they need to do to survive. Funny thing is, their Willow Smith's grandmother, Jada Pinkett's mother, came out and said she never felt any type of attraction towards another woman, and I believe her. The reason why I believe her, though, is because she looks like that teacher from the Jimmy Neutron show. You know, the one with the long nose? I think they said every time when the light hits her just right, she looks like she has a beak. She looks like some type of falcon or something like that, right? She definitely looks like that when I see that with the nose and everything. But she seems like a nice lady. I would definitely want to go out and have brunch with her and stuff, right? But this is really not a big surprise to me, right? It's not a big surprise because, you know, as the generations go down, the gay gene, the lesbian gene spreads just a little bit more, gets a little bit more stronger, right? By the time I'm 80 or 90 years old, right, I'm pretty sure almost every single person is going to be a homosexual. It is what it is, right? I think at that point, you know, reproduction is going to be a little bit harder because clearly 2 men and 2 women can't make babies. Well, they can, but they can't, you know, without, you know, intervening in some type of way and stuff like that, right? I will say this though, Jada Pickett-Smith definitely would boink. Right now, yes. The reason, just because August Alsina hit, and he was consistently hitting to the point that he snitched about hitting her and stuff like that. So that means the vagina was pretty amazing, and that, yeah. I would like a vagina so good that make you snitch. I'm snitching regardless. I'll have to tell everybody I smashed Jada Pinkett, but the thing that he was keeping it secret at first, to the point that he couldn't keep it a secret anymore because she stopped talking to him. That's a very feminine move, but man, that pussy must have been amazing. We gotta talk about this guy, Draymond Green, bro. Draymond Green, you guys know him from the freaking Golden State Warriors, man. This guy's a very, very vocal guy, very polarizing figure, at least to me, I think, right? Michigan State alumni and everything. Even though, did he graduate? I'm not sure if he graduated. Either way, it doesn't matter. So he made millions. So he got the fat ass contract from playing with the Golden State Warriors and everything, right? He's in the news because he just came off some controversial stuff, some stuff that I really feel passionate about because I agree with it, right? Saying that women athletes, it's pretty much saying there's no real gender pay gap because no one is really watching women's sports, and thank God that he said it. So he pretty much saying that there's a lot of companies out here talking about women empowerment and all that stuff, right? But for some reason, it doesn't seem like they're promoting the sports enough, right? You feel like they're not doing what they can to really promote the sport. Why don't they put money into the sports, right? And the simple answer is this, right? Because I'm pretty sure when Draymond was saying this, he knew the answer, right? He was just saying it just so they would shut up. Because, you know, all the time, you're constantly hearing women talk about, let's go specifically on the WNBA, right? Keep talking about, man, we deserve to get more money, right? For people who don't know this, the WNBA does not bring in money. It doesn't. Like, it brings in money, but it loses. It always loses money every year. There's no team in the WNBA that's profitable. I think there might be one team that's profitable, but barely profitable at all, right? They play less games and then the NBA and everything. And it's just, let's be honest, bro. Like, the sport is not entertaining to watch. People are scared to say that just because of the backlash. The sport is ass to watch, man. Barely anybody watches it. Right? And you know, some people are gonna get upset, like, how dare you talk about women's sports like that? How dare you talk about, I mean, I think women's soccer, a good amount of people watch women's soccer. How dare you, women tennis and stuff. Like I said, specifically, let's talk about the WNBA. That's the real one that people don't really watch, right? How dare you talk about them, right? Listen, you're not watching the shows. You're not watching the games at all, son. Listen, and the thing is, they keep asking for, like, yo, we should get paid more, right? And I know a lot of them are saying, we're not asking to get paid as much as the NBA players. We're just asking to get paid this equal share. Because I think NBA players get like a 50-50 split with the owners or something like that, compared to the WNBA, which is like a 20% share, right? Which is, to me, is more than they deserve, right? The reason why I'm saying that is, look at the NBA stands, right? Look at when you go to an NBA games, packed, full seats, everybody's there, beers and everything, right? Go look at a WNBA game. Nobody's in the crowd, bro. I feel like there's more people going to a high school basketball game than going to a WNBA game, son. And that's the thing that gets me upset, because you can really go to a WNBA game, son. I'm not even trying to play with y'all. There's tickets out here going for freaking like $15, bro. $15 courtside, man. They trying to throw these tickets at, and people still not coming. The thing that gets me upset about it, right, is the delusion that's in it, right? It's just, you look up, like, all these girls have to do is look up to the stand. Just look up, like, like, son, nobody, like, can you imagine if one of those girls going out with a dude, or a lot of them is lesbians too, so maybe if they're going out with a girl, I'm like, yo, come out to one of my games, right? Blase, blase, I'm gonna see you out there, blase, blase, right? Then they come out to the games. Can you imagine that, or rather, imagine they don't show up to the game, right? And then they lie and say, yo, I was there. I saw the whole thing. Like, no, I know you weren't there. Because there's only like 5 people in the crowd. I would have seen you. Like, you know how embarrassing that would be, son? Just look, these women look up to the crowd and see there's nobody there, but yet they still want a good amount of money. And they also see the numbers, knowing that they're not bringing in revenue. The thing that's sad about it, right? Because people are going to say, like, that's unfair to them, right? Why would you say that? Because it's sexist. You're sexist. How dare you? Women outnumber men in the United States 3-1. 3-1. If anything, there should be more girls. The viewership of the WNBA should be more than the NBA, just off the strength of just the women watching. Why is it not? Why is it not? Because women are watching the NBA. They're not trying to watch the WNBA. They're not trying to watch the... Like, come on, bro. Like, a lot of them joints on there is masculine as hell without the masculine trait. Most of them can't even dunk. And then when they do dunk, it's like, man, that dunk look like a struggle, son. And then you watch the NBA, 360 in between the leg dunks. Freaking people like Shaq out here breaking the glass backboard. So this is entertainment, bro. All these people pushing out, talking about like, oh, we need change, we need equality. Those people pushing all that, not even watching the damn games. People are not watching. The viewership is terrible, son. I was surprised they even had a bubble last year in 2020. I was surprised. I'm like, why did they have a bubble? That was a waste. That's a waste of time renting out the space for them. Nobody's watching y'all games, right? And then there's gonna be some people who get upset, like, how dare you talk about? So I'm gonna ask them. I'm like, listen, all right, cool. If that's the case, if it's such a big, tell me 10 WNBA players that are active right now. Tell me 10. Tell me 10. It don't matter what team. Just tell me 10. Mix them up. Mix and match. Tell me 10. You can't. I'll be surprised you can name 5, son. Let's keep it a stack, son. Like, this stuff, it blows me because it's just like, what is this really an argument, son? And you got dudes like Chauncey Billups talking about, like, yeah, they deserve more. Why do they deserve more? This is economics. This is simple economics. If we're not bringing in money, you're not getting nothing, son. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like, really, like, if you're not bringing in any money and we're losing money, why should I pay you more money? The only reason they're even staying alive right now is because the NBA keeps giving them money for some strange reason. I have no idea. Son. And some people, like, hey, listen, I'll keep it a stack with you. Maybe if they were more, like, attractive, right? Oh, here comes people. Oh, I can't believe he said maybe they're, yes. Maybe if they're more attractive. Because, like, listen, if I'm going to watch some females that are very masculine play a sport, right, I might as well watch the NBA. At least they can do 360 windmill dunks over on yam on somebody's neck, bro. Like, I'd rather watch that than watch missed layups, airball threes, airball 2-pointers. Just embarrassing, terrible watching. Like, come on, son. Like, what do you want? And don't tell me I'm uneducated, because I'm going to ask you again. Name me some players. Name me some players, bro. Like, name me some players. Show me some pictures of you in the stands, right? I know you can't for the last, 2020 and everything, but like, show me some pictures of you in the stands. You went out to a whole bunch of games. Show me some pictures. Show me a jersey. Show me a jersey, son. Don't show me a Lisa Leslie jersey. Everybody know who Lisa Leslie is. Show me a jersey. Show me somebody. Skylar Diggins, maybe. You know what I'm saying? What's that one rookie that plays for the damn LA Sparks? Damn, what's her name, son? What's her name, son? Dwight Howard's girl, man. She if they all look like her, oh yeah, I'm watching. I'm tuning in. I'm not gonna lie. I actually watched a few Sparks games just off the strength just to see her. She's definitely it. But the rest of them, most of them, I mean, Skylar Diggins, she nice too. I mean, but bro, most of them looking kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I look at you and it looks like if you try to fight me, I really have to square up with you, son. Ain't no like pushing you away. Like what's her name? Brittany Griner? Brittany Griner. Something like her last name is Griner, son. She look like I try to fight her. She grab my ankle and squeeze it to death right there, son. Like a crushed soda can or something like that. That's you tell me I want to watch this. Y'all can watch that, son. I'm gonna do something else. I'd rather watch porn and like jack off or something. I don't know why I said that. But that's all the news I got for today, man. You stayed this long, I appreciate you, man. I love you, man. Thank you. Listen, man. Subscribe to the boy, man. Also hit the post notifications. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, make sure you leave a like, man. Because like I said, I'm so insecure. And at the same time, you gotta buy the merch, Mofo, men offering females orgasms because we're so humble. Link in the description box below. And that's all I gotta say. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. And I'm out.